What is up, guys? Josh here from Mixing Mango, and today I wanted to talk about chaotics in the EOC. So, I've been thinking about this for a while, and it seems that chaotics are actually useless now. Because with the new update last week, I think it was, they fixed dual wielding, so now dual chaotic rapiers have the same DPS as a chaotic maul, whereas before two-handed weapons were far superior to dual wielding counterparts, as it had higher damage. And if for dual wielding, the ability damage only used the main hand weapon. So how that's fixed, so the weapon tiers do the same amount of damage. But then now that they fixed that, that kind of makes chaotics useless, because well, it's not completely useless. I think they still are good. It just depends on your level, really, and your wealth in the game. So I think the maul is still a very good weapon, and second best weapon in the game now. But then, so you've got the tier below that is the god sword, which is level 75 compared to the level 80 for the maul, and that's not really a massive step up. So I mean, it's a bit better. It's about 100 more damage, but it's not huge. So really, you probably could stick with a god sword for quite a long time, I would say. And then the step up after that is drygores. And so it kind of just depends what category you fall into in terms of wealth, because you could stick with the god sword for ages, make money, then just go straight to drygores, or you could just get chaotics now and then go to drygores later. But the thing is, now drygores are definitely the best weapon in the game now that dual wielding has been fixed. So if you can afford drygores, there's absolutely no use for chaotic rapiers or long swords. But then also in a lot of situations, well, actually I think in most situations, or probably all situations now, dual drygores is better than the maul, chaotic maul. So really, in terms of melee, there's no use for chaotics. It's just it's probably not even worth spending the time to get a chaotic, because you can spend that time bossing for drygores, really. So in terms of melee, there's not really much point. I think range also, you might as well just go for the royal crossbow, or even a Zarite bow if you had that kind of money, rather than the dual chaotic crossbows, because it's the same DPS, but then a royal crossbow's cheaper and it's easier to obtain, really. And then let's see, Mage. This is the only one where it kind of matters, because the only level, so you've got the chaotic staff, which is level 80, and that is the best staff in the game, and then the only thing under that is the Armadale Battle Staff, which is level 77, and then the Staff of Light. So you would notice a difference with the chaotic staff, but then 3 level difference from the Armadale Battle Staff. I don't know if it's really worth getting chaotic for that. And also, if they do release new mage and range weaponry, then I think chaotics will be even more useless, to be quite honest. And in terms of the shields, they are good for defense, but then spirit shields, again, they're 5 levels below, but then they have damage soaking, and they're probably a easier choice. It's just a lot more expensive. So I don't know, it depends, really. If you don't plan on making money, and maybe you want weapons for Slayer, let's say, then maybe chaotics would be the best choice. But then if you do have the money, it's probably better just to not get chaotics and use a god sword for melee until you work your way up for drygores. And that's actually that's what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to buy any more chaotics. I'm probably just going to buy some of the smaller rewards, like the Bone Crusher and the Scroll of Cleansing, stuff like that. But I'm just going to go straight to drygores once I get the money, rather than going for maybe a chaotic rapier. And I think Michael's doing that as well. He's just going to stick with a god sword, and then he'll go straight to drygores as well. So that's just my opinion on chaotics. I do think they don't really have a use anymore. They do if you don't really have the money, but if you do have the money, then they're kind of pointless, I'd say. So that's my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you all later.